Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Marriage Man. Today we are going to be going through conflict and why we do it and what it means to us, because this is a really cool thing. If you can understand why you're fighting and why your partner is fighting with you, it opens up huge doors to just move through conflict, get things resolved, and better understand your partner. Now, the advice that I'm going to be giving is about conflict in general between two people. So this can be conflict between a couple, between a husband and a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, two partners. This could be between two employees or a boss and an employee, a parent and a child, because generally conflict is all about what do you want. Now, a lot of what this is going to be based on is taken from the work of Dr. Taylor Hartman, who developed a book called The People Code, which I did a book review on a couple weeks ago. I'm making this video primarily because I was asked on Facebook by He-Am Kennedy to explain this a little bit more. And so if you have any videos that you would like to see made, or if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Facebook or email me. I'll leave my contact information in the link below. Love to hear from you, and maybe it'll make it into a video. All right, so let's dive in. Now, in the People Code, there are 4 different colors, and each of these colors wants something different and wants something out of life, and typically needs a couple things, which informs a lot of their conflict. So let's dive in. Which do you think you are? As we go through, leave a comment below. Which color do you think you are? I know for me, I'm a white. I'd love to hear if there's any other whites out there, or maybe some of the other colors. So, first off, let's look at reds and blues. Now, reds and blues are what I would call the more driven personalities, meaning unlike whites and yellows, the reds and the blues, they basically start from themselves, and what's inside of them is true, and they put that out into the world. So that means that whether it's logic or it's emotion, that what they are feeling or what they are thinking is right and correct, even if the world doesn't agree. Now, with whites and yellows, they both use logic and emotion as well, but they tend to start at the world and work their way in, meaning that for whites and yellows, they don't typically seek to change the world. They tend to make sense of the world or find their place in the world. Whereas reds and blues, it's more what's inside me makes sense, and I'm going to put that out into the world. Now, this doesn't mean that whites and yellows are any less stubborn or strong-willed or driven than reds or blues. It just comes down to motive. Why are you doing what you're doing? You can see two people running, and maybe both of them are running real fast and they're running real hard, but one is running towards something and one is running away from something. They're both running hard, but their motive is different. So each of these colors, please don't take this to say that like certain colors are weaker or stronger than the other. They're all weak and strong in certain areas. Reds are logic driven, meaning that what they think, what they see in their head, that is correct. That is the way that they're supposed to run their marriages. That is the way they're supposed to run their companies, their teams, their partnerships, their friendships. It makes sense. They can see it. That is the way. And so for reds, what they need more than anything else is power. Now, power is a very funny word because it doesn't mean that they want to rule and to control and just kind of bully people around, though reds can be bullies, and I'll get into that in a moment. What that means is that they want power to accomplish something. Your phone needs power. The lights that are on, that are reflecting on me, need power. Your car needs power. Why? To do what it's supposed to do. These lights are great, but if they didn't have power, they wouldn't be accomplishing anything. The recording equipment that I'm using, the phone that I call, all of these need power to accomplish something. This is how reds want to live their life. They want to accomplish. Reds are very purpose driven, meaning that for them, it's all about accomplishing something, and they can see it in their head. Now, with that, reds need 4 things in order to be healthy and whole individuals. First off, reds need to look good. This isn't like they look attractive or they look sexy. It's this idea they look competent. Reds are very well aware and very conscientious of what will my clothes say about me? What will my car say about me? What will the location that my house or my apartment is in say about me? What does the degree that hangs on my wall say about me? They're very conscientious of their image, because typically if you want to get something done in this world, you need people to either give you a hand up, get out of your way, or get on board. And so Reds are very conscientious of their image because that's how you open up a lot of doors. Just speaking to me, I can speak here as a YouTuber. I'm not a Red, but YouTube is a very Red culture, meaning I need people to like and subscribe to these videos. That's why I kind of ask it at the beginning, because if all I'm doing is making these videos for myself and putting them out there and nobody's helping me, my channel goes nowhere. That's kind of what Reds understand. That's how the world works for them. And so with Reds, they have to keep a facade out. Now with a healthy Red, the facade that they keep is real. This is who they really are, but maybe it's their good side. But with an unhealthy Red, the facade that they put out there is actually fake, and who they are is completely different, but they know that they need to look like this in order to manipulate people. The worst thing that you can ever do to a Red, and what Reds hate more than anything, is when you embarrass them, when you break that facade in front of family members or employees or teammates, because now they have to repair that damage that you've done. And that is very frustrating for them, because Reds typically fill their life up to the brim with things to do. They're usually very, very, very full and driven individuals. Now, the second thing that Reds need is to be right. Why do they need this? Because in their head, they can see it. This is the right way to do it. Now, for a Red, there's right and then there's stupid. And it's not right and wrong, it's right and stupid. And so for them, there's a right way to run a family. There's a right college to go to. There's a right career to do. There's a right way to be a teammate. And if you don't agree with that, the Red is going to fight you. So if you have a Red child, they are super stubborn. If you are married to a Red or you are in a relationship with a Red, they are the leader, period. Because for them, they know how to do this. This is the right way to have a relationship. If they are running a business or they are in a business, they're generally at the top, or they're very quickly moving towards the top. So they need to be right, because when it comes to conflict, with Reds, a fight is over when we have our way forward, when you agree with me. Now, until you agree with a Red, they're going to keep fighting you. They are. And so for a lot of times, if you're dealing with a Red, this can be kind of frustrating. So what I've had to learn, especially dealing with Reds, is that a lot of times you need to agree with them that they're right, because they probably are. But once you've done that, then they're generally willing to listen to, yeah, but have you also thought of this? What about this as well? I think you're right. I do think you're right. But what about this? Have you thought of this as well? The third thing that Reds need is to be respected, which for them, respect means value me for what I do, not for how I make you feel. Because typically how Reds make people feel is bad. Reds typically are bullies. They're jerks. They can get under your skin and they can be very abrasive, because to a Red, emotions don't mean a whole lot. And so they don't think that your emotions mean a lot to you. And so they have no problem being blunt, doing something that's difficult even if it hurts people's feelings. And typically that's what Reds get judged on. They get judged on the fact that they are making you mad. What they want to be judged on, what they need to be valued for, is what they do. Because Reds are all about purpose and accomplishing things. So it's this idea of, okay, yes, everybody was crying and cranky by the end of the vacation, but didn't we go to someplace amazing? Okay, yes, maybe the customer's not happy, but did I make the sale? These are the things that they need to be valued on, is because Reds typically work really hard, not for themselves. Typically Reds work hard for something that matters to them. People, a team, a family, a marriage, a company, these type of things. And they need to be valued by those people. That goes to the fourth thing that Reds need, and that is that they need approval from a very select group of individuals. Because most people, if you know a Red, you think they're tough, they don't need anything, they don't need anybody's approval. Yes, they do. But for reds, it's from a very small and select group of individuals. This is typically mentor figures, family members, bosses, industry leaders, these type of things. And if you're in that group, they need your approval. And if you're not in that group, they really could care less. So that's reds. I'm going to make another video kind of going through each color just because these are going to get pretty long. So tune in next week. We're going to be looking at blues and then we're going to be going on to whites and yellows. All right. I will see you all then in the next video. Bye.